Hi, I'm Claire and I'm in my third year of a 6-year part-time biomedical sciences degree at Edinburgh Napier University. I'm on the autistic spectrum and I use a wheelchair full-time now, though I haven't always used one. I left the Mary Erskine School after 6th year and I went to Oxford to study computer science. During my second year of the degree, I discovered that I actually have a genetic condition and I had to start using a wheelchair. Adapting to such a major physical change that also impacted the way I accessed my course ended up meaning that I had to leave. And that was really difficult, leaving all those friends behind. Once I'd been back in Edinburgh for a while, those friends encouraged me to take more of an interest in something that I really discovered since being at university, and that was biology. They actually suggested taking it as far as studying at university. So I've always loved science, whether that's biology, physics, chemistry, computing, maths, psychology, you name it, I've always really enjoyed it. My love of science is based around my passion for understanding the world and understanding everything that's in it. If you want to know the answer to something, science can probably explain it. And where it can't, it gives you the tools and then says, why don't you explain it? Also, most pub quizzes are a breeze, and I have some of the best random facts that you will ever hear. So I really love the idea of getting to study science again. And I was, though, pretty worried about the idea of going to university in a wheelchair, especially to do a practical science. I kind of thought that they would feel my wheelchair was a fire hazard or something. I was also worried that I would have forgotten how to study because it had been a while. So I decided to refresh my knowledge of biology and chemistry by going to college to see how I got on. Fortunately, I discovered that the more I found out about biology and chemistry, the more it all came back and the more I enjoyed it. But I did find that the college were really restrictive about what I could do in my wheelchair in the lab, and that made me really quite concerned. So I started doing more research into universities and how accessible they were, and I found out that Edinburgh Napier's Sighthill campus is actually really wheelchair friendly. And after I'd contacted the staff and spoken to them, both departmental staff in the applied sciences and also the disabilities staff, I found out that actually there isn't a big barrier to me studying a science subject. And that there are lots of really helpful things they can put in place to help me access things more easily. So I decided to take the plunge and study part-time. Now, 3 years on from being a fresher, I'm still getting to study a subject that I get more passionate about by the day. My studying is mainly split between lectures, labs, and tutorials. My lecturers are amazing. They give us really engaging lectures and quite often leave the topic of an essay completely open to us so that we can talk about whatever interests us most. For me, that's very often genetics, so a bit of a crossover with my personal life. I love spending time in the lab. It's great fun, and I get a lot of opportunity to practice my practical lab skills, which I would need if I want to go on and work in a lab in the future. I'm really excited about getting to do research for my dissertation project, though I do have to get there first. Tutorials are a brilliant opportunity to engage with lecturers and other students on a smaller, more informal basis. We often get to discuss scientific papers and the issues surrounding our subject that are kind of current affairs or that maybe things we don't understand as well. So it's really brilliant to get that smaller, more intimate kind of tutoring. So going forwards, where do I see myself? Well, to be honest, I'm not quite sure. I love genetics and the pathways of disease, amongst other things. So I'd really love to work in a field where I can support healthcare, maybe a genetic counsellor or working in one of the NHS labs eventually. But I do still have 3 years of my part-time degree to finish first. I do know that studying a STEM subject means that I will have plenty of career options, or I can choose to do a master's. And I love the fact that I've gone back to university and I'm loving every minute.